We'll continue reading the book, Spiritual Anatomy by Daaji. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you. So we are at the 9th chakra. So the 9th chakra is, as you can see, the location. That's the location of the 9th chakra. And the prominent element here is water. And the defining quality is surrender and humility. And mainly here, it is insignificance. That is what you will experience when you arrive at the 9th chakra. So here Daji explains with a story which we must have heard during our childhood as well, that an emperor asked his people that there is a line drawn by him with a piece of chalk, and he says that without rubbing it or cutting it, you have to make this line as a smaller one. A smart minister, intelligent minister came forward. He took the chalk and drew a line next to it longer than the one which king has drawn. So the king's line became shorter when the minister drew a line with the chalk next to it, a bigger one. So this is a new perspective. Okay, this is what we will be experiencing when we arrive at 9th chakra. That is a changed perspective. So ego by force, we cannot bring it, into humility, but with a different perspective, change in perspective, ego can be annihilated. And when we think of a grander and newer perspective, our feelings becomes grander, and ego supports that. So in the earlier chakras, what happens is we are more focused on I, higher self, and thou. Thou is the source, as we have seen in this book from the beginning. The author represents it as a source, thou. So thou is at the periphery. But as we arrive at the 9th chakra, the I dissolves and we are more closer to the thou. So we can feel we are very much closer to the source. Now, what are the conditions we experience here is divinity all around. So when you arrive at this chakra, you can feel the presence of source in each beat of your heart. And when you look around, everything you feel that the source radiance is there, whether it is flower, whether it is birds, insects, plants, air, people, all around you can feel the source radiance. That is what you experience at the 9th chakra. As you surrender more, the love flows through you. Then you experience the state of insignificance. That is a feeling that you are in a state where you are so absorbed in the source that you don't care about respect or disrespect or liking or disliking. You are least bothered about it. There is no emotional burden, or there is no burden of proving yourself and others how good you are. There is no proving, there is no burden of, for each step, decision making, everything. You are not at all burdened. You are above that feelings of proving others that you are good, or for the society, or for your relationship, how you have a mask put on. So that all dissolves. Your love flowing through you, and you don't get bothered about respect, disrespect, what other people might think of you because of this action. You are least bothered about it. That is what the state of insignificance. Then freedom from the choice, busy mind. So, as we all know that in our day-to-day life, we are always thinking about what to do, what not to do, what to eat, what to do. We are so when to sleep, what profession to choose. Always there is a constant decision making. Okay. And the researchers have found that on an average, our brain, takes 226.7 decisions per day only about the food alone. What to eat, what to make, where to eat, you know. So let alone the other. So you can imagine how our brain is completely bombarded with decision, you know. So with this constant decision making and the preferences, some people may feel FOMO, that is fear of missing out, because of these choices. But what happens at the ninth chakra when you arrive, you are free, completely free from this decision making. The burden of thinking and choosing and selection, you are completely free of it. So now, from where your guidance is coming, it is completely from the heart. You don't have to think, or the cognitive ability of this all not at all required. You are connected with the heart. You are in the heart space, so you readily get the guidance. There is no confusion. There is no lack of clarity or what confusion. Very clear. You get the guidance from the heart. So there is a shift from thinking to feeling at this stage. It's completely about your feelings. And so there is no burden of, emotional and cognitive thing. It's completely heart space. Then there is soul replication. So this happens when your relationship with the guru, it becomes very strong. The faith is very, very strong, you know, and it is irrevocable. So like mother carries the baby for 9 months, similarly what happens, the guru, you know, uh, nurtures the disciple for 7 months, your connection with the guru is very strong at this stage, faith and all this discipline, remembrance all together. So then guru, creates a soul replication, your replica, a spiritual entity. There is a spiritual birth, of your own soul. So it is like Daaji gives a nice example: hard drive. You take all your data from the hard drive and go to the cloud. So it is similar to that. You have the same information, but it is in the another location. There's a backup. So like this, there is a soul replica or the spiritual birth. You will have your own spiritual birth in some other dimension. Now we'll think why it is happening. Why it is happening is it will hasten our growth. You know, so whatever you do here on this Earth planet as a soul, the feed or the actions also reflected to your soul replica in another dimension. So now instead of one person going towards the spiritual, merging with the souls, there are two. So you have a fastening of your spiritual growth. This is what is the soul replication. So there is a quality of insignificance, freedom from the choice, that is your busy mind, and then there is soul replication. This ends our chapter of ninth chakra. If anyone has anything to share or comment on, please unmute yourself. Yes, Ramji.
Yes, namaste, Rashmi ji.
Namaste. Good to see you.
Happy to be here today. A very, very beautiful wisdom, wonderful meditation. And the way you have shared so beautifully about this. As I was listening, I could relate it to various examples in life of people who are at this state. So um, very beautiful, very beautiful. How when even when we read about and come through sages, masters who are so indifferent of various choices, and you know how they connect to their masters. So all these became quite relatable and very clear that as one goes through chakra after chakra, how their state of living, state of being, and everything changes. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you for your insight. Yes, beautiful. We can totally relate to whatever the journey of masters when we hear their stories. So we can totally relate what Daji has explained here. You know, how indifferent they are to any circumstances. We know a Buddha story also. There was one villager who was spitting continuously more than 500 times, and Buddha was really calm and not a single, anger on his face. And finally, that man, that villager surrenders to him. He falls on his feet. Totally different.
Very true. Yeah.
Anyone else wants to share or ask anything? Please unmute yourself. Thank you, Naliji, for your message. This book is Spiritual Anatomy by Daaji. The book is this. Daaji, it's, I think, a pet name given. His actual name is Kamlesh Patel. He was into the pharma industry or pharma. I think then he went to States. He has started chain of, I think, pharmacy, and then his spiritual connection, and then he is the part of heartfulness meditation group. Yeah, thank you, Gagaji, to know that you are reading this book. Yeah. So if there are no more sharing, we shall end the session. Thank you all for joining and adding your energies. We can meet next session with different masters. Thank you so much for joining. Have a miraculous day. Thank you.